Hi, everyone. It is that time again for another live session of our Heat Press for Profit podcast. Now, today I am really excited to have this conversation. I am an apparel girl through in and throughout. And today we have TriDri as our guest, and we have Ari. Let's see if I can do it right. Yep. Okay. The camera got me right. Ari right here and Grace right here. And we are going to do kind of a deep dive into a brand called TriDri. And if you are not quite familiar with this brand, don't worry, because after today, you are going to know anything and everything about them. And of course, we're going to dive into trends, forecasting, and really how TriDri sets themselves apart from other fleece and apparel manufacturers in our industry. So Ari and Grace, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. And just so everybody knows, you guys are both in the UK, correct? There's not you guys aren't in different parts.
No.
Okay. So their time frame is completely different than ours right now. But I will tell you, we are going to really kind of compare how, they see trends, how we see trends, and really merging the two together. So ladies, thank you for taking the time and give us just a little bit of background on what you do for the company. And Ari, go first.
Yeah, well, thanks, Kelly. It's great to be able to join you and talk all things TriDri. Just a little bit about myself. So I've been with the company for 8 years and my title is North America Sales Manager. So I've done a lot of different things for the company, but most recently I've took on TriDri as another brand to kind of sell in the US. And I also look after another brand, which is Artisan. And yeah, it's been going on for a long time now. And yeah, it's all about sales. It's about inventory, making sure that we've got the stock ready for our customers to buy and what's on trend and feed it back to, to everybody else that can put all the effort in to make sure that we deliver the best as possible in the US.
Love it. Grace, you're up.
Hey, thanks for having us, Kelly. So I am Grace. I have been with the company for 8 years also. And I head up TriDri as a brand manager. So I look after the UK, Europe, and the US with the help of Ari overseeing everything. And I just live, eat, and breathe all things TriDri, basically.
I love it. I eat, breathe, all things, walls, heat printing, apparel, you name it. I'm like, tell me more. Okay, so let's dive a little bit into a brand overview about TriDri. For those of you that are tuning in live, if you have any questions about the brand or the products, please pop them down below. This is an excellent time to kind of get that one-on-one with these ladies, as well as answer any questions about, really how to decorate them. And we will dive into a little bit more in terms of opportunities and how you can benefit. But I just want to make sure and remind everybody that comment section is open. So let us know kind of, how did TriDri come about? Why did it start? Who is the brand?
So we started in the UK and Europe in 2015. And we came over across the US in 2021. So we've had a few good years in the US now. We saw an opportunity to come out with sportswear. Performance t-shirt was our first style that we sold into things like marathons, any team wear and things like that. That came in at a really good basic price, and it's still our best seller actually, our TD 501. And then we branched out. We saw multiple opportunities within the B2B market. Those being that people were after more fashionable styles, as well as, this whole trend of athleisure came out of things like COVID, situations like that, where people wanted clothing that they could wear not only for working out, but also comfortable around the house and working from home and things like that. So we've just seen multiple opportunities open up in the sportswear market, really, and that's how we've ended up with all our loungewear and more fashionable styles.
Yeah, which we all love and we always wear. And I mean, it's not cheesy. We are wearing it right now. So we actually live in our TriDri outfits because they're so comfortable. So when I actually started, doing the sales for TriDri, I was actually really excited that I could wear. And Grace would stop me up with all these different items. And yeah, it's one of those cool things that you just really enjoy wearing.
Yeah, a bit earlier, Ari was like, let's make sure we wear TriDri later. I was like, Ari, I've already got it on.
I was wearing TriDri leggings, but not a TriDri hoodie. So I was like, right, I need to change my hoodie.
I love that. It's great when you work for a brand that you really love the products, because it just makes it that much easier. You can stand behind the products, right? Because you are a personal user, but you also know all of the ins and outs and what it takes to go into make these products from a UK overseas perspective. And then we talk about US styles. How do the two align? What do you notice, in terms of differences, and how do you try to bridge the gap as a company that is both trying to capitalize on a, UK market as well as a United States market?
So at the moment, we have a really good setup. I think Ari will agree. We sort of test products within the UK. That's how that's how we started. We brought out, core products, like I said, the polyester t-shirt that's done really well for us. And then we tried out some trend products as well. And the great thing about coming into the US market is that, we've tried and tested the styles that we bring over. Everything that we've brought over there, we've improved, we would say. We've added pockets to things that we thought needed pockets. Yeah. We've made the garments in recycled polyester now. All the US styles are in recycled polyester. That's where we see the industry going. So we do have some trend differences. We actually see some products selling a lot better in the US than the UK. And more that's just taste, I'd say, or I think you guys are a lot more into your fashionable sportswear brands like Lululemon and Aloe and things like that, whereas we don't have them as much over here. So you guys tend to like our TDO 77, our Alice half zip hoodie. That's going down really well at the moment.
I'll show you in a minute.
It's
right here.
And also, you guys have
I said it's flying out. We can't keep up. So it's like it's huge at the moment. So yeah, we're making sure that we can fulfill everything, and we're working behind the scenes to make sure we deliver as many of them as possible.
Yeah, you have a lot better weather. Well, I know it differs state to state, but you have, some sunny states over there. So we're doing really well on our shorts, whereas over here in the UK, we don't get to wear them as much as you guys do.
Yes. Yeah. And I think it's funny that, I guess this past year, I've seen more shorts worn year round than I have ever. And, whether it's people are styled from head to toe before they go into the gym before their class, or just even traveling, if they want to be comfortable, they're going to be comfortable. If they want to be in shorts, they're going to be in shorts. And me, I'm always cold, but it just always amazes me how many times people will go, oh, well, I'm going to wear the shorts and the sweatshirt right now, and it's 30 degrees out, but they don't care. That's what they want to have on, where I'm like, where's the joggers? Where's the beanie? Where's the coat? For you guys, when it comes to styles, and you had mentioned that, I think we as a society, we see things that start to trend, and as they start to increase very, very quickly, it's an immediate, how do we capitalize on this? How do we get a piece of that pie? And for you guys, with being in the UK and you don't necessarily have the brands, like you said, Lululemon, what is it that you are kind of getting all of these insights from? How do you get the inspiration to build these products that are doing so well over here?
So we have a lot of help, I think Ari would say as well, from the Alpha Broder team. That's not just sales, but the purchasing guys as well. They give us a lot of tips of what they're seeing within the industry, don't they? And also from the reps visiting customers, they go to see some massive sportswear suppliers. and they now have a good relationship with us that they can come back and say to us, you know, people have been asking for this, people have been asking for that, people are wondering why you don't do this color, they sell so many of it. So that really helps us with what we put forward to the US as well.
Yeah, so it's basically relying on relationships and building that kind of trust with the distributor and the brand. And that's kind of where I kind of focus. I try and understand how this, you know, the sales in the US are working, and working so closely with Alpha has been such an eye-opening to sales, just in volumes itself. Like, you know, if something really is successful, it's not going to be as successful as it is here. It's going to be huge because the size of America is massive compared to the UK. So we need to be able to make sure that we can fulfill things, but also having these tips and that confidence that we possibly have got something that's suitable for the market, or we definitely have the team like Grace, you know, that can develop something that is suitable to be able to keep going and build on that brand within the US.
I think partnerships are so big, from those that are customers that are purchasing from Alpha Broder. If they have this, you know, safe feeling of being able to go to them and say, I need this, I cannot find this anywhere, or I want a certain type of quality. And to be able to have that conversation, and then for Alpha Broder to come back to you guys and say, hey, this is what we're hearing. I think it's a great way to have, you know, this idea that you're constructing items for those that are asking for it. It's not just a, hey, this is what we're seeing, this is what's going to be popular. It's truly understanding the needs of those that are decorating, and then those understanding the needs and wants of their customers. And it's just the chain of events is, I think, great.
Yeah, and to just add to that, we do a lot of training, and we focus a lot of our time with Alpha Broder's reps, and we even give one-to-one presentation to reps that have customers that want to know a little bit more and have a kind of a bit more of a, let's say, private kind of understanding of the brand rather than attending a trade show, etc. We have printing guides that we have worked on and tested, you know, just to teach how to print and where to print on the garments. And we found that has been so successful that Alpha now kind of relies on that, and we keep that up. So we do inside sale kind of presentation and an outside sale. So we try and adapt it to each kind of scenario so they know how to sell the product.
That's awesome. What kind of opportunities do you feel that, you know, you say imprint, which I love, decorators have when it comes to really the entire brand of TriDri? Because it's not just fleece, it's not just, you know, performance shirts. It's this entire vibe that I feel like TriDri has created. It's not just one specific garment that people kind of gravitate towards, even though we were talking about the quarter zip. But I feel like if you like TriDri, then you like TriDri because of the vibe, the products, the construction. It's the overall package.
Yeah, we've made TriDri to be, you know, hopefully as stylish as Lululemon and Aloe, the likes of them, but we know that we have to come in at a good price so that customers can make a good margin on it, especially in the B2B industry. And one of the key things that we're doing at the moment is, as we're seeing new opportunities in the US of where we can sell the brand into, we're starting to see that, you know, we need to point these out more to customers. So we've obviously been very teamwear focused. In the UK, we have a lot of customers that make their own retail brands as well. So they want to be the next Lululemon. But we are seeing opportunities within college wear, music merchandise, different things. Cheerleading consistently gets mentioned over in the US when we're at the trade shows. So we are starting to see so many new opportunities, and we're having to understand how we can market the brand and obviously get that across to customers, to make sure that they understand that, you know, it's not just teamwear, it's not just matching hoodies and joggers that, you know, you lounge around the house in.
Yeah,
there is so many opportunities there of where it can go.
Yeah, and that's what we do. We really try and get them to think out of the box. And that's a big, big help for everybody, because then they know exactly where they can go and sell the product. So we were just talking about bachelorette parties the other day, and if you go on websites that sell kind of these garments with them, if you put a nice print on one of our hoodies, that would be great. You can just see yourself going to the airport, going on your bachelorette with all your friends, everybody with the kind of print on the back with the name, and you've got the bride, team bike. You can just see it. And you can make it look quite nice. We were saying there's a lot of, like, what would you say, tacky kind of things out there, and we want to make it feel a little bit more quality. Again, that's just one of the little things that we were saying that it would kind of fit in. But it's really cool, because you've got so many different ways to wear in TriDri. And we've only just started scratching the surface, so it's exciting, really.
So I have two things. One, you mentioned cheerleader, and I will show you a decorated garment in a minute that I actually did for, it wasn't for a cheerleader, but it was for an education, but it has cheerleader on it that I think is just incredible that you mentioned it. But two, we actually have a question that I think is great in terms of quality. And I can also touch a little bit on this because I do have a garment that I kind of want to show some construction on. So the question is, I love Lululemon and would like to know if there are similar product qualities in TriDri, something I personally wear.
So I think one of them, you pointed it out earlier, Kelly, is that the finishes of the product. Really, we sort of had a discussion earlier, and we were just having a bit of a chit chat and answering questions for each other. But we really do care about the finishing of the product. We make sure that the seams and everything are finished to a high quality. They're not going to come undone. They will last wash after wash. We do wash tests here in the UK, and obviously everything has to pass that wash and snag test before we even bring it out in the UK, never mind take it over to the US. So we are really about the finishes. We want it to look as good as your Lululemon. We want people to be, pointing it out on the street to you and saying like, oh, that hoodie's really nice. Where's that from? We of course don't want people to come with us with issues and things. So we try and make sure that the product is as best as it could possibly be before we even consider launching it. And the great thing about having the UK and US is that, we've learned some lessons in the UK market. Some of our leggings didn't have pockets on, for instance, and everyone would ask, why is there no pockets? So we made sure that when we brought them over, we've added pockets on, and things like, recycled polyester. We're just getting ready for, this is going to be massive, the world of sustainability and how to make clothing and fashion and manufacturing clothing more sustainable. So we're trying to work towards being a bit more, cautious about what we do and how we make the products as well. So we're working towards being a bit better on that side as well.
So touching on those premium luxe type of finishes, I do want to just quickly show, and let's see if I can get at this one. Nope, maybe not. Let's try it again. I was trying to get it to where I could go like larger screen, but apparently I'm not capable in doing that today. So okay, let's just go back and forth. Okay, so if you are listening to the podcast, I know you cannot see the garment that I'm throwing up, but you can definitely go check it out on Alpha Broder or on TriDri, or even just head to YouTube and watch the replay of this. But for those of you that are tuning in live, is this the Alice?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a love for this thing. Just the overall construction is absolutely incredible. And so when you're comparing, say, premium or luxe brands that might be in retail or, really kind of have that high trend following, and then you go into our world of garment decoration and you want to find certain elements, a lot of times there are pieces that are missing from certain seams, different types of paneling that can be done on a garment. So this is light pink. You can't really see all of the details, but one thing that I noticed was the bottom of this pocket and the seam, right? Normally this would be stitched all along right here. And then eventually after washing, this would like pucker up. But it's got a nice stitch down here. And then when you flip it, you can still see that the quality and the construction of this just really needs that luxe that people don't necessarily pay attention to. Say they're buying Lululemon and they're buying it for the brand, but if you start to look at different construction elements of a garment, that's where the premium really comes into play and how it's going to wash. And another thing is this back, and I don't even know what part this is called, but there is a nice seam here and almost kind of like a grid type of ribbing and stretchability. So if I'm going to put a logo on this, it's still going to expand, but over time as it's washed, that ribbing isn't going to look kind of decreased or stretched. Right? The way it's constructed is just nice and dense. And I think you'll continue to have that that premium quality that if somebody is buying a certain style for a reason, then they don't want it to look faded and washed and worn, after they've had it for 3-4 months. So it's those little things that I've noticed in TriDri compared to other brands. And there are a ton of good brands with great quality out there. But I think that's one of the things that really sets TriDri apart is paying to those tiny little details. Let's see. I don't think this one is TriDri. Shirt. Is Kelly's shirt close to the nude color of TriDri? There you go, ladies.
Yeah, it's very similar from what I can see on the screen at the moment. We do have a Pantone sheet. It is available on our website. And you can also contact us and we can just send it you if that's easier at info@tridriactive.com. And we also do have swatch cards available in the US and the UK. Yes, we do both. That's promising. No, we have them available in the US and the UK for our loungewear styles as well. So you can get one of them and you can see a true color representation of the nude as well if you'd like.
Awesome. Yeah. I love that. Let's talk sustainability. You brought it up just a little bit. So Earth Day was last week, right? I'm getting lost in my days, months.
So maybe last Tuesday?
Year. So yeah. When it comes to sustainability, what is, TriDri's stance on all of that?
So we're starting to utilize more recycled fabrics where we can. Like I said, in the US, everything that is in polyester is in a recycled polyester now. And we are actually GRS certified as well in the US. So that just means that we're global recycled standard as well. We are starting to look at organic fibers. We've tried a few styles in the UK in organic cotton. So hopefully that's where we're heading. But we are aiming to make sure that everything within the US range is only brought out in recycled fibers. And majority of new styles in the UK as well are now only in recycled.
That's awesome. What do you think the timeline is on? Is that something that you look to see happening over the next couple of years? Is that kind of top of the list in making sure that is kind of pushed forward in implementing all of that ASAP?
So for stock in the US, Grace, it's kind of straight away. It's something that we
it's primary, isn't it?
Yeah, it's our primary kind of focus. And we've noticed a massive change in how America as a country is kind of responding to this change. And a lot of customers and a lot of distributors are kind of trying to up their game on how the world's changing as well. So it's good to be working and getting point of sale information to them on how this product is the way forward. And we have found a lot of interest has happened. And we are working on helping, our customers learn, because at the end of the day, it's all about learning and adapting. And I think we're very, very keen on that. It's really really a great focus for us to really push that.
Yeah, we have a broad range of customers, don't we? We meet people at the shows who they know almost more than we do about sustainability within the clothing industry, and then we have other customers that their business has always been about getting the best price. So there's nothing wrong with either one. They're going into it with different minds, but I think the way that the industry is heading is that everything is going to start needing to be in recycled or organic fibers. So we're just trying to give our customers a head start, make sure they're starting off on the right foot or starting to move in the right direction, because we can already see it within retail. It's becoming a really important thing.
I've definitely noticed a large jump in, say, going and clicking on a product that I have decorated in the past that now contains, recycled something in it. And I think it's a great way to kind of continue to push the idea of sustainability, and also continue to pushing garments that people want to wear, right? It's something that's staying in your closet for longer and longer and longer, and it's not throwaway. And I say that term very, very lightly, just because there's so many events and different scenarios that people will buy, product for. The more you want to wear it, right, the more you're going to hold on to it and enjoy wearing it. When it comes to forecasting, seeing that sustainability is, one that you guys are already really pivoting towards, are you forecasting, say, for the next 6 months when it comes to product planning and cuts and styles and fabrications? Is that a year and a half in advance? What we see, say, releasing in the next 3 to 4 months, how long does that take for you guys to really develop and concept that particular style?
So within the UK, it can take about a year. Well, yeah, let's go with a year. It takes about a year from initial idea to actually bringing the product out. For the US, we take our UK styles that have worked well and we put them forward to Alpha Broder, who we work with. So it can be a slightly quicker turnaround with the US. We basically work off what is selling well in the UK, what do we think would work in the US market, and then Ari, you help put those forward to the Alpha Broder team, don't you? And then they help and give some guidance on maybe some tweaks that need to be done to the products, or maybe they love them straight away, or maybe they put some suggestions in of what they think that we should be doing. But yeah, we've got some quite exciting products already planned. We're not going to give them away just yet, but we can tell you what we've launched in the UK just recently, to give you an idea of what may end up coming over. So we've just launched kids. So we have matching sets in the kids in the loungewear, and we have launched flared leggings as well. They're proving to be really popular at the moment.
Oh wow!
I think we were walking around some US shows with them, and everyone kept asking us about them. And then we have also launched some cargo pants as well, which have flew out the door. So I've got really good potential, I think, for the US. I don't know. You can give us some advice, Kelly. What do you think the US market needs from TriDri?
Everything said. So another one of my favorites that I haven't seen really here, or at least something similar from other brands, is the crew neck with the zippers on the side. That is another sweatshirt or fleece piece that I absolutely love, because it's taking your staple item, right, and then adding just a little bit, touch my mic, adding just a little bit of oomph to it, and it also gives other branding potential. So like I can see, branding around that. So anything that can take a basic and simply by slightly changing the ribbing, say on the band, I think that is where I would love to see, is just the unique kind of texture or those elements that you guys provide. I still see a ton of crops, crop tees, crop hoodies, but definitely more of that like belly button hip length. So kind of that mid versus over the butt type length, kind of tunic style, or even like uber cropped. Say that would be like right underneath a sports bra. And I do see kind of that millennial, a little bit older women adapting to the crop style, even if they're putting a tank under it. So I think it just took a minute for people to adapt, but I mean, I think you guys are doing great. I cannot wait to see the cargo pants. Work on some cargo joggers, you know, like I'm a jogger girl all day long, but I don't know. Cozy is all I can think of with an added element of modern lines. I don't know if that gives you anything to work with, but that's me.
Inspo, isn't it, Grace?
That's what I want. But I think the flare leggings, I think is huge. You said the cargo pants, and then I'm sure there's some pieces that you kept out, but those are right on point with what I see in retail, and more people are wanting those retail style brands, or that those retail styles. Okay, so we had another question or a statement, I guess. She said, or I say she, I don't know if it's a she or not, but thank you. I love the fact that you have labeled leggings 1 through 4 in terms of more walk the dog to the park or high intensity workouts. And I think that is super important, because in the athleisure world, you could take a pair of leggings and turn them into kind of everyday pants, right? But that doesn't mean you always want to have this high intensity compression that you would go run miles in. So I think that is another element that really helps guide people to understanding, okay, this is why this pair of leggings makes sense for this customer, not something that's like high sheen poly with compression in it.
Yeah, I think so. That's one of the things that we've added to the UK brochure, and it will be coming to the US brochure when we do our next one. But it was just something that cropped up at shows. So many people, you know, you can't tell, like you just said, are they really compressive fit? When you look at a picture of a pair of leggings online, you just don't know. You can see that one is cheaper than the other. Does that mean anything? So it was us trying to get across to customers, you know, what is your everyday go for a walk, drop your kids off at school legging, or what is your squatting in the gym, you know, weight session, HIIT session. So we've just tried to make it a bit more easier for customers, and they'll also understand that with the price as well. You know, if something is slightly more expensive, it probably has more, you know, technical abilities, like a compressive fit, maybe it's bum sculpting, something like that.
I love it. Like all of it. The bum sculpting might be my favorite.
I
love it. Okay, so with TriDri being a brand, you guys do not sell direct, and we've talked a little bit about Alpha Broder. So for those that are listening, that, you know, maybe have been to the website, but they're not quite sure how to order, what's the best way to either get in contact with TriDri, get those products in hands? What's the process that you recommend?
So I would say for anything technical, any questions, you know, we're always here. You can contact us directly or through the website. But if you're looking to purchase anything TriDri, the only place that you can get that is through Alpha Broder. So you need to have an account set up with them. And you can buy all of our range that's on the website in the US through Alpha.
I love it. Okay. So we will make sure that we draw. Maybe she beat me to it. Let's see. Nope, she didn't. I was wondering, sometimes Carly will do it right as I'm speaking. So Carly, let's drop that Alpha Broder link in the web or in the comments, just to make sure people know how to get a hold of them. And let's see. Oh, there she goes. See, she's super quick. Mary said, what's the name again? So I'll let you guys state it.
TriDri?
TriDri.
Team TriDri.
So the brand that we've been talking about is called TriDri, and that's TriDri. And then, of course, you can purchase TriDri through Alpha Broder. So Carly did pop the link. That way, if you are tuning in right here, you can see that this will take you directly to the TriDri brand on alphabroder.com. Perfect. Okay. Anything else that you guys want to wrap up, or just make sure that, you know, our people that are tuning in and watching know about TriDri or the brand, construction garments, anything?
I think just thank you for having us, and thank you for speaking with us. We are always willing to speak to customers, you know, whether that's a phone call, whether that's a WhatsApp message, whether that's a presentation over Teams or Zoom. Feel free to drop us. You can contact us through the website, so through tridriactive.com, if you want to speak to one of us, and we can arrange that. We can do presentations to your sales team, do presentations to you if you want personally. We have a team over in the US as well at the moment. It's quite small, but we're getting there. So we have Val and Rachel, who are heading up our sales and marketing, that give us a bit more of an insight as well on what's going on over there, what's happening. They're more on your time zone, which is probably makes life a bit easier. But yeah, honestly, we just want to work with people, you know, on a one-to-one basis. We want them to know that we're not this big, huge brand that doesn't listen to things that, you know, they're after, that they want. Give us advice, let us know what you need, what you're after, and we will put that forward and try and work on it, and, you know, try and launch things that are suitable for the US market and you.
Yeah, 100%. Feedback is huge. And like I said before, relationship is everything to us. So we are there for anything, even if it's a simple question. I work silly hours anyway, so if anyone drops us an email, I am more than happy to respond, unless I'm sleeping. But you know, it's just that customer service. We just want to bring everything we can to the US market and be as helpful as possible.
Yeah. Are people able to purchase in Canada?
Not yet. I'm working on it. I'm hoping.
Susan, there you go. There's your answer for that. So it's coming. Yeah. Just stay patient.
I'm going to work really, really hard to try and get TriDri available in Canada. I can't guarantee anything as of yet, but it's hopefully the right direction.
It's moving.
It's moving.
The UK, we've had a few UK people tune as well. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
The last thing I will say is I had the opportunity to meet both of these ladies in, was it Impressions, Long Beach?
Yes.
I was like, well, it wasn't Imprinting United. I'm telling you, I'm losing track of my days and my time. But, the entire TriDri team was extremely personable and very, very sincere. So like they said, you know, they are all about partnerships and relationships and just being there for their customers. And that definitely came across and meeting them and just being able to sit down and chat. And it wasn't all business. It was, you know, we definitely talked about life more than business in general. So thank you guys so much for popping on today and letting me steal 40 minutes of your time. And those of you that tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in live. And of course, if you're catching this on replay, know you can still pop in the comments and we will definitely find a way to get them answered. So Ari and Grace, thank you again.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much and happy Friday, everybody. Thanks so much.